Good evening, everybody. In my English 1302 courses, I have two, and I am trying to keep everybody on track so that both courses will have the same due dates and everything. It got real chaotic last semester when I entertained more revisions and different due dates and had different schedules in every section of every course. And I have 5 online courses this semester. They're all different. Um, and I'm trying to keep up as best as I can. Uh, so you need to keep up with me. So I'm making this video for go-getters that are ready already to do next week, the second week of the semester online, that includes a marketing letter. So I cannot stress enough that you need access to this handbook. There are chapters on rhetoric in here that you need to read and to understand what is rhetoric. Um, I have a chapter or two in this book, and I can put a chapter online, but hey, you can access this free for 14 days before you have to purchase it. And I believe it's $40, and you have access to it for forever. So if you purchase this book in English 1301, please go to Top Hat, www.tophat.com. I will include the link in the email that I send this video around in. And so you can get on there right away. You can access it free for 14-day trial and pay for it after that. Or if you already paid for it in English 1301, you're good. You still have access to it. But it has chapters on rhetoric. And the marketing letter is about rhetoric. It's not a flyer. This is a flyer. Main information of an event and a time. This would be a flyer. If you were to market a product in a flyer, it would not have the elements of a marketing letter. You need to have the elements of a marketing letter. And in the old days, it was described as junk mail, junk in your mailbox that you did not want to have in your street mailbox. And it may be junk in your email that you do not want to have. Or when you are online, it can be pop-up ads. And if you look at a product somewhere and it shows up somewhere else in social media, even Facebook, or when you go to a news site, you suddenly start getting pictures of products that you may have looked at. Uh, it's totally connected, and it's a little bit Big Brother. From the novel 1984 by George Orwell. Check it out. Uh, but I want to say that rhetoric, the most available means of persuasion, is not always a bad thing. There's a fine line between persuasion, using it for good forces or for bad forces, to persuade people to at least consider your appeal, to at least consider your idea. And in this case, it is simplified to considering having somebody consider your product that you're trying to sell to the rest of the class. It does not have to be a real product. You should use images like photos. It livens up your letter, but you cannot use anything from the internet. For example, if there are shivering dogs in photos that are starving, you cannot use that photo from the internet and put it into your marketing letter for marketing a service to take care of these dogs or marketing a charity. You must have your own photos, and hopefully nobody has access to starving, shivering puppies uh, or anything like that. But you can make up a product. I had a student who lived on a rural farm in Texas, and he came up with a saddle that he had some kind of a mesh sling on and cup holders so that you could ride your horse and have a beer in each cup holder. He made up his own product. It was hilarious. But he used language, color, um, font, and a greeting and everything in his letter to make it look like a professional junk mail letter. Marketing letters, the nice euphemism is today to call it. And I would like to show you a lot of them. But if my husband beats me to the mailbox first, he just shreds them. He really gets indignant by those that look like you're getting a free check. You have won the lottery, um, and things like that. Or here's a check to pay off your student loan. You might get those. So you might also get them in email. So check them out. What you need is to produce a letter. You can do this in Word, and it needs to have color, not amazing graphics. What the best you can do, it should have color. Uh, Never use solid yellow. That is really hard on the eyes of the reader, and people tend not to read letters with yellow backgrounds. This one is soothing. It has blue. It has kind of swishes that look like an ocean, but it's supposed to look like toothpaste. Okay, this is a Creating Beautiful Smiles letter from my former dentist. And if you were trying to call in the attention of motorcycle riders, you might say the greeting. You have a date and the greeting, dear motorcycle enthusiasts. Well, this marketing letter failed me because it was from a long-time dentist that I had for more than 20 years that my children had all their lives, and it had the date and to whom it may concern. Okay, that's like to whoever opens this mail or to whoever opens this mail and cares about it. It's not like to my longtime patients for 20 years. It's not like dear patients. Um, and the reason why this is important is it was a letter from my dentist retiring saying he would no longer have a practice and I would have to go somewhere else. And that indifference to sensitivity to whom it may concern, to addressee, to anyone that reads this mail, not good. It should have said something more personal, dear patients, at the very least. Okay, and It has a signature, sincerely, and you can create your own company. You can have a italicized signature of your name and an address, uh, and online website, even though it's fake, would be good to refer people to. Phone number, address, online site. He signed it sincerely, and he didn't even sign his own name on it. He just had the name of the dental company. So sign your own name, make yourself CEO, president, whatever you want, inventor of your product, have an address, and um, then the body of your letter, the type face, uh, can always be just in plain black, where you sell your product through your words. You can have an image in there, should be of your own creation. I mean, this guy went in his backyard and photographed a saddle on his horse and holding the beer can, and it was silly. But hey, you know what? It got the attention needed by the reader. Would you read this letter if you saw that image? You probably would. And part of the exercise is for you to state what you think is more important. Is it the visual image that you see that makes you stop and read something? Or may you just glance at it until you read words that pull you in, like a slogan or details of why this product will serve you better than other products, or that there's a discount available, buy two, buy one, get one free, and that if you act in a certain amount of time, you'll get a 10% discount. If you're a college student, you get a discount, um, and different offers like that. Put into your words offers. And if there's a free offer or um, a trial period and money back guarantees, things like that, you can always highlight that type. Instead of being black, it could be in another color like red or something to catch people's attention. It could be in a bigger typeface. But you do not want to create just a flyer. Okay, I created that for racial reconciliation. It was an event, but it does not have enough information to persuade people to attend. And that's when you go with a letter. And I all the elements in color in this letter are nice. Blue is soothing, green is soothing. It makes you think of nature. Blue makes you think of the ocean and not necessarily toothpaste. Uh, and yellow is background is just harsh. It's harsh on the reader all the time. And yellow type doesn't always look good against different backgrounds. Not that I'm prejudiced against yellow. I am just saying when it comes to marketing, uh, you might want to consider how colors fit in with a visual form of rhetoric, with a visual way of looking at things and appealing to your eyesight, senses through words, vocabulary. There's more than just rhetoric of words on a paper. In fact, the original rhetors were oral speakers in ancient Greece, and things were not written down, they were orated or spoken. So now we accept written down as rhetoric. People that study the philosophy of rhetoric are rhetoricians, or the theory of rhetoric. So it's everywhere you see. It's on billboards, it's in pop up ads. It may even be on Snapchat. I'm not on there enough to know. So, use your minds, think where you see it when you have to do this assignment that asks you to explain where rhetoric exists, or that may be a coming up assignment on rhetoric, good or evil. It can be evil when it promotes people to not do something that is right. And um, it can be a good thing when it's used by somebody to talk somebody off of a ledge of a building. You may manipulate them. You can manipulate a person for good or evil. So, yeah, that exists. And the original rhetors meant for people to use the best available means of persuasion. That means you are credible and you have uh, the facts with you, and you care about people, and you're a logistical, ethical person. All those things fit together, and that's for another video because I'm running over time. But I wanted you to know about the marketing letter before you attempt it. I will see if I can find a sample letter or two to put in the course. So I just am trying to keep ahead today for those go-getters that are working ahead. So thank you. I will see you in the next video.